seen this. Oh, dude. So good.
Classic, dog.
Instant classic. You know what I'm saying? Like when things come out and you go, that's going to live rent free in my brain for the rest of my life now.
In my brain forever. In my brain and on the internet.
It's like any conspiracy theory.
Any conspiracy. It's too wild for there's some truth.
I mean,
okay.
That's the idea. Conspiracy theory is just good storytelling. That's the thing that we don't talk about. It's like conspiracy theory is just like storytelling. They're trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. So if you could put together like a decent story, like just kind of like pretend, and you go, man, that's like you're making all the little things line up for your brain to go, you know what? That explains. Yeah, you go, well, that I don't know how to explain this, but here's something that's kind of like feels good for your soul to go, okay, there's an explanation. There's a reason why, you know.
Yeah.
So
they're like creepypasta.
Something in
like it's stories that feel real, but they're not. Sometimes they are.
Creepypastas?
Creepypastas? Yeah. Creepypastas. They're like a bunch of scary stories, usually either on Reddit or YouTube. And some of them sound super real. But then there's one point in there where it's just like it's the little thread that comes up there. It's like, oh, wait a minute, maybe this ain't real.
Dude, I've never heard of creepypastas before, Joe Angel.
Yeah. They're creepy. I'm pretty sure you've heard stories, but you didn't know it was a creepypasta.
Huh.
It's the same way when people ask me if I listen to a song and give me a title. I'm just like, bro, I have no idea. Like, give me a lyric. Give me the musical melody. Yeah. If you give me a lyric, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna know what you're talking about.
I was thinking like, like, did Chef Boyardee come out with like little ghost-shaped
pasta?
Like,
ghost-shaped ravioli.
Creepy pasta. Yeah, they got spaghettios. You know, they got the alphabet. They've got other shapes too. I've seen. They have to have some creepy pasta out there, dude.
It's all
ghosts,
black squid ink,
werewolves,
the black
squid ink.
It's the alphabet pasta, but it's just B's and O's, so it says boo.
No, because then you know kids will take those B's and O's and make other words, like the word boo boo.
Boo boo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right.
Get your tinfoil hat.
Get your tinfoil hat ready, baby. Get it fitted, and hold on to it.
All right.
Get it. Got that drink. I'm just gonna be a microphone, bro. Is that good? I would like.
Be a microphone.
So, anyways, Joe.
What is it? The little face filter, where it's just your eyes and your mouth on the microphone.
Yeah, if I'm just the mic here. Oh, dude, I need some googly eyes. Just like little
googly eyes.
I don't have any googly eyes. Why don't I own googly eyes, bro?
I don't know. They're so funny.
Here you go. Look at this. There you go. This will just be.
That.
You could just replace me with. Anyways.
Just with that.
Wait, hold on.
Anyways,
Joe Angel. All right, I'm ready when you are.
All right.
Wait. Cue the creepy music.
Cue the creepy music now. In 3, 2, and 1.
I saw myself in the mirror with a sad look. Then I saw him run screaming. It smiled back at me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Anime Me Podcast. This is me, Joe, with my co-host Sal, and we are back at it with some more spooky anime, y'all.
This is our favorite month besides September.
Favorite month besides September, top 5.
Top 5. Top 5. Hey, at least top 12. Top 12 month.
At least top 12. There's a comedian. I watched the clip the other day. Who was it? I can't remember his name, but he was talking about like holidays and stuff. So I think he was talking about Father's Day, and he was talking about he saw a list of like the most celebrated holidays. I think Father's Day was at like 20 or something like that, and he was just like, I don't even know 5 holidays rather than 20. He's like, where are all these other holidays come from?
Yeah. Is Flag Day one? I can if I can include Flag Day, maybe I can get to 10.
Just whatever the calendar tells me what that day is, that's all I know.
You know what today is, though? It's Anime Me Day, because Anime Me is a podcast where Joe Angel and myself, Sal, teach you how to love and watch anime. One episode at a time.
One episode at a time, guys. And today,
let's get into it. But you know what? Oh wait, hold on. Wait, I'm throwing for you for a loop here, Joe Angel. Ready?
Oh snap!
Today, this is no. yeah. Actually, I did. No, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna insert a new part of the podcast. Ready?
Do it.
This is in the world of anime. Sal asks Joe Angel, what the heck, bro? What is Dragon Ball Z Daima? What is that? Dragon Ball Z
That is
Daima?
a new Dragon Ball Z series that came out today.
Today?
Not today when this podcast came out, but today when we're recording this podcast.
Oh no! Now people don't know. Now they know it's not live.
Know.
This ain't live.
I'll
guys.
go back and edit it.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I saw it and I was like, wait, I thought Akira Toriyama. How are they?
Yeah, no. But, so he has a. So there's another guy who's been doing the art and stuff for the manga, Toyotaro, who's been like his basically his second in command throughout Dragon Ball Super. And so before Toriyama passed, Toyotaro kind of has a layout of where Toriyama was going with the story. So, but Daima is like another kind of like series and stuff that came out. So they're still doing like the super stuff, but Daima is just like another Dragon Ball Z thing.
And it's in the same. It's in the. What's that word? It's canon.
Universe. Canon.
Yeah, in the same universe, it's gonna be canon. You know, like it ain't gonna be like GT where they're just like
GT. Oh man! Besides the new forms, GT was crazy.
Yeah,
it had a few
wild. Anyways, I just needed to know. I was like, maybe Joe Angel knows. I just saw it and I was like, what is that?
Yeah, it's been something I've been waiting on to come out for a little bit.
People are stoked, son. All right, now
tell us. You know what they're stoked about? They should be stoked about this anime we watched today, which is DanDaDan, a brand new anime that just dropped.
When you told me what we were watching, and I think you actually had to say it out loud to me, and you said it like 5 times, and I still didn't get it. I was like, DanDaDan, DanDaDan, and then I was like, oh, that's DanDaDan. You gotta say DanDaDan, bro. Like, that was the only way I was gonna get it. DanDaDan. Dude. I mean, you know, usually we wait till Glock Talk time to let us really pull it out, but greatest of all time?
Yeah.
I don't know. The GOAT? All right. Let me give us a synopsis before we get too far into it, huh?
Go for it.
It's a little too long, so I'm gonna just pick a spot and just stop reading. Okay? So get ready to. I'm gonna just stop reading because it goes on. It's like Yahtzee. We just like, hey, we done, son. Yahtzee.
We done.
When high schooler, okay, is it Momo?
Yeah, Momo.
When high schooler Momo from the family of spirit mediums first meets her classmate. How do you say his name? Because she was saying it different in there, and I have it written down different.
So, Okokun or Okaru?
Okarun.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okaru.
Okarun. Okay. So she meets her classmate Okarun, who's into the occult. And they argue, and Momo believes in ghosts but denies aliens, and Okarun believes in aliens but denies ghosts. And then some crazy stuff happens. I think I like how
Crazy.
I like that.
Stuff.
There's like then it lays the synopsis lays out the rest of it exactly what happens. Yeah. But I want us to like just leave some wildness happens. This is ghosts versus aliens. What was that one? You know, like I don't. Yeah. I'm already
versus aliens.
You know what? The synopsis could have just been that. It could have just been like, yeah, ghosts versus aliens, not monsters. Yeah. But I guess monsters versus aliens. No, ghosts versus aliens. I like that one, better. You know, like, yeah, the animated version, dude. When it starts, the music.
The intro of this, dog.
Oh, dude. Okay, I wrote down. Dude. It's right. Is it the best? Is this the best intro anime's ever had?
This is like one of the best.
I'm serious. Man. I'm serious. Like this is like an instant, like classic, like
banger. Right.
Everybody else, yes. Take notes. Take notes.
Notes, guys.
Everybody else is on red.
Yeah.
This is the way you do it, man. It is.
If you think about making anime, watch this intro.
Watch this and just copy it. Just copy and paste it. Like don't
copy.
Change. Yeah, just put your name over the top of DanDaDan. DanDaDan. It's so good. Like the textures, the different styles, the different like the coloring. I mean, the movement of it all. We're just talking just the credits. I'm watching the credits on the opening scenes. The music is popping, and I love like all the mixture of like styles.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like that graffiti print. Like,
yeah. Maybe it's just my also my preference though. I don't know. Is that just my preference? Because I kind of like this kind of like hand drawn, hand painted. I mean, and we see like all these different like interpretations.
Yeah.
Like in the intro, and it's just it's so fun. It's so fun. It's like I don't know. I don't know why I love it so much. Is it just because it's so good, right? You loved it, right?
Yeah, I love it. I love it because it has some of my like favorite things, which is ghosts and aliens. So I instantly like as soon as I like heard about this, I was like ghosts, aliens. It's like, look, this is my jam.
What's not to love, bro? What's not to love? We open up on the worst breakup also of all time too. Like
worst way to break
this up. Man's got
it was a worse way to break up, but it was good that it was a breakup because that wasn't a good relationship.
Yeah, the dude freaking punched her. He straight up like, or yeah, like he just like he that's an abusive relationship. What are they like 16, 17 years old?
Yeah, they're like high school. So
is
trash.
Straight up garbage. We also see I got some things written down. I don't know. I mean I'm really close to just us just like talking frame by frame about this show because it's really good. It's so well drawn. I love the way they look. I love how close they put them to how like large they are in the frame. Like everybody's like in the frame. I love that. I mean, there's just
there's so many things to love about this show. It's like it's a visual spectacle. It really is a visual spectacle. It also takes its time a little bit too. Only a little
Yeah.
bit though. Like it takes
Not much.
probably within 12 minutes. Halfway through the show, I'm like, I'm already kind of enjoying it, and then it gets to like the midpoint of the show and the hammer drops and I'm like, yes. Yes. You could have stopped the show at 12 minutes and I'd be like,
especially after watching me and Rebecca. This is like what, 30 episodes?
At least. Oh, you know what? I also love, you know how I love me some anime clothes, right? Like every now and then I want an anime headband.
Yeah.
Some drip. I want that shoe. I don't know. Are these, do you think these like little you've seen them before, like these Japanese button up like school uniforms that they're wearing?
Yeah, the school uniforms.
The guys are wearing
the jackets. Yeah.
Is that a real thing? Are they actually wearing stuff like this in like
Japanese
schools?
Japan, because in Japan, like I think elementary is the only like kind of place where you can kind of wear whatever. But like I think like the middle school and high schools, you actually have like uniforms and stuff that you have to wear. And so,
dude, I mean, I want to know if I can like pull something that like that off, but like not be, I don't know,
but not look like
like
not look
trying.
Like that guy. Yeah.
Exactly. You like that guy watches a lot of anime. I just don't want that. I don't want that guy.
Look at this weeb
straight up. Yeah, look at this. He thinks he's an otaku. What do you think you are? You ain't nobody. You're not Bruce Lee. Yeah, you're not, you know. I want that. I love that look. It's just so like so clean and cool. It reminds me of like Bruce Lee a little bit, you know. You go back, that look is just so cool. I also love like anime drawings of glasses. The way they draw glasses in anime makes you go. It makes you want to wear glasses. They make glasses look cool in anime, right?
Yeah, because sometimes they don't put the
something
pupils
about
there,
that, right?
so it's just like the lenses, no pupils.
Yeah, and you just get the glare.
Yeah.
Oh man, it just looks so like everything just looks so cool in this show. Like the lighting, the coloring. There's a point when they run into each other, you know, in school, and one of them's into ghosts and the other one's into aliens, and they kind of make fun of each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And they end up going like, well, hey, how about you go to a haunted place and I'll go to a place where there's aliens. They split up. And there's a part where he's going into like a tunnel. Yeah. And like when he walks into this tunnel though, it's just like all these textures on the walls and the tunnel. Yeah. You know, like it just looks,
dude, all the backgrounds good. And stuff, to where they're drawn and colored, and dude, it's awesome.
It really, I'm just like, can they maintain this? This is like cinema quality. Am I wrong?
Oh yeah, this is getting to that this is getting to that Mappa territory, like that Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, like kind of quality. Like, hey, all right, they brought it. Now, can they keep it up?
Yeah, can they deliver on the rest of this? Because it's like, if the coming episodes are at least as good as this or just a little bit lower, like as like just if it's just as good or a little bit less as good, it's gonna be amazing, because this show is like delivering on like the sound engineering is super great. I watched this one twice. I watched it twice. I had it one with my AirPods in, and then one with the surround sound. And I'm like, gosh, this show has no right to be so good in the audio department. I'm like, they got things behind me. I was in the thing. There was like, I was like, dude, this is.
It's that thing where people
I mean,
there's memes that go around when it comes to quality and stuff, since it's like when animators forget to have a budget and then just go all out on everything.
Maybe that's probably what it is. They probably put a little too much into it, like a little too much love into it.
Yeah, they got
unless
into
they
it
really
themselves,
enjoyed
man. They're
it, they probably
like
love this. Yeah, they're like, oh snap, I love this. Did you watch this both in the sub and the dub?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, because in the English, in the dub, does he sound like Morty from Rick and Morty at some points?
A little bit, yeah.
You know,
especially with his
Okarun.
I think, Okarun, it becomes more pronounced with his kind of personality, because sometimes he is kind of like Morty.
Who is this girl? Who is Momo keeps referencing this Kin guy? Kin
Takakura.
Yeah. So she Takakura. She's like keeps like I'm looking for a guy like this kind of thing. Yeah, I'm guessing he's probably like.
It's a celebrity crush thing. Just think of like how like
okay.
Like kind of on like he's on tier with like George Clooney and Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
But he's like the Japanese version.
Yeah, the Japanese version. Yeah. And so she's like seeing him on TV and stuff, and that's like her pinnacle of like this is the guy I want, like to be like that guy.
Okay. Let's see here. I wrote some other things down. Oh, I wrote down and underlined it 3 times. Dead parents. Joe Angel.
You can't escape
They're
it.
Already doing it.
You can't escape it.
I mean, you're at school and you don't have any parents. School. I mean, like
no parents. They're checking out their boxes,
got
man.
To. You gotta check the boxes. She does have regular colored hair ish. I think yes.
Her style's kind of crazier. Main.
Yeah. Main character. He's not given main character energy, by the way. Like, but he's in a uniform. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it feels like she's our main character, but maybe they are a duo. What do you think?
Duo?
Do you know it? You've seen this. You read this. You've read this
Yeah.
Okay, you read the manga.
Yeah.
Man, it's okay. So like it seems like regular for a while, like the show, and then all of a sudden Okarun turns around. I was not expecting
that. Greatest scenes ever to catch somebody off.
It actually works as a jump scare too. Like I'm like he turns around and his flashlight hits her. I wrote down.
It's like classic jump scare moment.
She a goblin. She's a goblin, bro. If you know, you know. She straight up. You might. Are you gonna bleep me? You don't have to bleep me. She a goblin, bro. And she says something to him. Just like
she says a lot of things.
She says something to him. She says, "Hey, Turbo Granny's
Dude. On one right now."
She's so fast. Is this show okay? Because I can't tell. You know, it's okay. I equate this to me eating something spicy. Like I'll eat like a little like a jalapeno or some salsa or whatever. And
you're like, oh, it's not that spicy.
Yeah, it's not spicy. And then I'll give it to somebody and they're like, what in the world? Are you kidding me? How are you eating this? And I'm like, Takis has burned my taste buds. I can't taste anything, you know? Is this show scary?
Slow burn.
It's a slow burn. Yeah. Is this show scary though? Like I mean, I feel like it is. Like there's some jump scare moments. There's a part where
Yeah.
she's walking in that room and
Yeah.
you see the shadow, and instead of it
Yeah.
being behind, it's in front,
Yeah.
Joe Angel. It's in front.
It's in front. It's not
It's in
behind.
front.
It's in front.
It's not behind. Right? I'm like, because I'm trying to think. I've
Yeah.
got some friends that would like they love anime, but they might
Yeah.
not like how if this is too scary.
Yeah.
But it's also funny though. It's also
Yeah.
funny. It's hilarious.
I would kind of put it on par with like
Creepy.
Scary movie, haunted house. Like they're
Yeah.
taking scary things, but they're also adding comedy to it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
or like oh my gosh, what was that other movie? There's a movie that came out where it was like a scary movie, but they're adding some comedy to it. So
Yeah. Did you ever see Dylan Tucker versus
oh yeah, Dylan Tucker versus
something?
Evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that, right? Like it's
Yeah,
creepy,
yeah,
but it's
like
also
that.
silly. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, like that. I wrote down. Is Turbo Granny part of the baby oil gang? You don't know
She
about
might be, dog.
you're part of that baby oil
Hey,
gang, dog.
she in a tunnel, man. You don't know where that tunnel goes.
Yeah, he did. He only got
Yeah.
like 10 yards into it. He was not in
Yeah.
it very long.
Yeah.
I'm like, she ain't even hiding inside that mug. She like
Nah.
greeting people at the door. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, she's a greeter. She's like Walmart.
yeah. She's old enough to be a Walmart greeter, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, so at that point, that's when it shifted for me. It was like we're 11 and a half minutes, 12 minutes into the show, halfway to the show, and right in the middle of the show, bam, we get Turbo Granny, who's a straight up goblin, and then Momo runs into these freakazoids. That's all I'm gonna call them, the freakazoids. And also, I mean, like, this is for some older kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's put it in the chat. It is rated something, and it ain't
even if
G.
you go to Crunchyroll, like even on Crunchyroll, their rating is like I think 16 plus for the
Okay.
viewership.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one of the more explicit shows we've watched. What do you think? Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
okay.
it's up there. It's definitely up there because there's some alien things and abductions that happen. So she comes across aliens, he comes across ghosts. Both of them are now, they both believe. They both become believers of the other person's thing. Which, by the way, they barely even know each other. Like he just meets her and he's able to like he talks her into going to an asylum or like an abandoned hospital. She's like okay, sure, whatever, guy. I don't even hardly know.
Guy I just met.
I just met. And the other thing too is, and I don't want to sound, I don't know. I'm gonna go a little bit further back. Her friend with the makeup on her face.
Yeah.
What is that? Does she got what is that? Vitiligo? Do you know what vitiligo is? Which is cool. I mean, because like we don't have a whole lot of representation from the vitiligo community. It is out there, but I'm like, or is she just like putting makeup on, or is she like, I don't know what's going on with this. Actually, her friend is got some interesting. The way she's drawn is interesting. She has main character energy. Her friend does, but we only see her like once or twice.
It'll be it's called Gairu. So Garyu. And it's like so it's like a fashion subculture. So where they do like the makeup and like styling like that. It's like a subculture, like a fashion subculture in Japan.
Wait, this is a real thing that's happening in Japan? People are drawing themselves like this. Yeah. I mean, of course.
It doesn't sound believable, but it is. It's one of those things.
I mean, it's kind of dope. I mean, it looks cool. She's
Yeah.
like, she's rocking it.
Yeah, rocking.
You get if you're in a uniform and you all look the same, you might as if you're able to get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
which I
rock
think
it.
too. One of the things, anyways, is like I think schools in Japan are like more strict on like makeup and piercings and stuff. So I know like probably outside of school, so like there is that culture too. But I don't know. I think depending on the school and the area you're at, kids might get away with it more. But you know this place, the hood places,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a real.
I know them places. That's where I grew up. Son.
Yeah, that's where I grew up, man. That's where I'm from. Real quick, by the way, so their whole premise of like doing this dare for each other. First off, they make the dare to be like, if I get you to believe, you go be. I think it was like, if he believes or something like that, he has to be her gopher. And he's like, all right, well, if I could get you to believe in aliens, you could be my gopher. But this comes down to like, not everybody who believes in aliens believes in ghosts, and not everybody who believes in ghosts believes in aliens. Like, even though people would consider them part of the same spectrum, they're still like at opposite ends of each other.
All right, so here we are, Joe Angel.
Here we
go. All right, from point A, point B, A being ghost, A being alien, B and A. Where do you land from alien to ghost? Are you more of an alien believer or a ghost believer? Or you believe in both of them, or you don't believe in either one of them?
I'm more in the middle of both, believing in both of them, because
because the La Chusa, that's why, bro.
The La Chusa, that's why. I mean, come on. Heard all these stories growing up. Of course, I'm believing in ghosts. Yeah. And I watched so many UFO and aliens. I used to watch Ancient Aliens all the time on History Channel. So of course I'm gonna believe in aliens.
Oh. Yeah, the guy that's on there, he's my hair hero. He's my
alien.
My hair idol. Yeah, aliens, ancient, and then the hands. Aliens, then hands. Well, hey, by the way, UAP, this whole thing that he starts spitting in the hallway when he's telling her like aliens are real. This is, like, I know that you're probably into the occult, blah blah blah. They got this argument, and he starts like telling some of it. It spirals into conspiracy theory, but
it's
that
real
whole thing that he's talking about. The UAP thing is for real. That it is part of like NASA now, and now they're tracking these unidentified aerial phenomena.
Yeah. Let's touch base on the fact that in actuality, in real life, the U.S. government said there were unknown aerial phenomenon happening.
Yes,
i.e., aliens. they said it, and nobody cared.
Dude, nobody cares. We're like, do they have cheaper gas up there? Or is there a way that I can get a?
Yeah. Do they got to make room up there? Because I'll go if they got it all year.
Do they have the technology to bring back the dollar Whopper, bro? It used to be $1. If aliens can figure some stuff out, like they got all this technology, come down to Earth, figure out about climate change and how I can get my rent to be a little bit cheaper. We're fine.
Oh yeah.
I don't have time for aliens. You know what I'm saying? Like we trying to live here.
We trying to live.
I'm trying to exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if aliens want to exist too, whatever, bro.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a real part of the government, and they really are trying to track this kind of stuff. And you can I think you yourself. There's like even a channel where you can like report your own things that you've seen.
Yeah.
To to this they're collecting data and all this kind of stuff. It is wild.
There's a podcast I've been listening to called Monsters Among Us, and it's like Coast to Coast. Do you remember Coast to Coast, the AM station?
Oh no.
So think of that, but on like podcast form. Like he has people call in with their stories, like from
dude.
cryptids to aliens to ghosts. Dude, I've been listening to it, not like crazy. So good.
Give us the name. Give us the name. Give the listeners the name again.
So if you're into conspiracy theories, if you're into monsters, cryptids, if you're into everything that Momo and Occult Coon are into, go and listen to Monsters Among Us on Spotify. He has
Monsters
a bunch of
Among Us.
call-ins and a bunch of shows. Dude, it's so good, especially for Halloween, for Spooky Month. It's a good one to listen to. Go listen to his and listen to ours.
So ours first, then theirs.
Ours first, then go ahead.
So, okay, I'm going to just wrap this up. I'm going to wrap it up real quick. In the short of it. So, because I need people, dude, okay, this, I want people to see this show. I think people need to see this show. It's so good. But he ends up being cursed, and then she ends up, like, awakening some powers inside of herself. I love the way in this show that they like tell the story. You know, like it's the first episode. There's no exposition. But there is their own kind of like talk about like with another character about where they've come from, why they believe in what they believe. And so we hear, she doesn't have any parents. She lives with her grandmother, who's a spirit, a medium.
Yeah.
And then, she Okudun won't give up why he's into aliens, and then we get a little backstory on him as to who he is a little bit, and how he's just like always wanted to believe in aliens, and he's kind of like been obsessed with them since he was a little kid. And so like I love that kind of like simple exposition. We're just like we have everything we need to like hinge a whole show on, aliens, ghosts, girl, guy, belief, not belief, encounters, curses. So he becomes cursed, and then she awakens some power inside of her. And then now we have an adventure going on. And it is just like, it's so lean. Like there's nothing, I'd like, go ahead, take that out. That's nonsense. We don't need it. It's like as absurd as a lot of it is, because there's some absurdity in the show, but there's
a lot of absurdity in the show.
It's a lot of, we're talking about banana organs. I don't know what that is. How does she know who a turbo granny is? It's just, man, I don't know. The fight that she has with this alien is super great. By the way, the alien reminds me of All Real Monsters. Remember All Real Monsters? Did you ever see that? It's an old Nickelodeon show. You know what I'm talking about? He has the eyes over here. I think that's from Real Monsters, but
the little looking guy with
the guy
with like the square head or like the oval head.
I think there's
Are you talking about the guy with
his eyeballs with his hands.
His eyeballs? Oh yeah. He's got his armpit hair out everywhere.
Yeah, he is. Oh, dude. So some of that is going on in this show. But man, like the fight scenes are good. I just love the way. I even love the angles that they kind of like, the way they set the characters in frame. They kind of have this top-down look to them every now and then. They have this like these good like interesting perspectives on everything. I mean, just good grief, dude. I might have a new favorite show. I said it. There it is.
Said it. There it is. My bro Caleb, he equates it to reminiscent of FLCO. Like that's what it reminds me of.
I felt a little bit of it. Yeah, this is like
with the coloring and the craziness of it.
I mean, Turbo Granny comes out of the phone, and I'm like, dude, that is straight out of FLCL. Like climbing out of the guy's head, or you know what I'm saying, like that's what that. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, you gotta imagine that there's probably some sort of inspiration, because this. Yeah. I already know. You don't have to tell me. This is a pretty dang new show. Like it is. I saw that. It's like it only has 2 episodes right now.
Yeah.
At the time that I watched it before, it was only 1. So I hadn't watched the second episode. I could tell by the look on your face that you already watched that second episode, Joe Bangs.
I watched the second episode and read the manga.
Yeah, you did. Well, then tell me a little bit about this manga then.
All right. So, DanDaDan came out as a manga, and it was originally created by Tatsu Yukinobu, who he was an assistant for Chainsaw Man and Hell's Paradise, Jingo Garaku. So he's worked on like Chainsaw Man and other stuff.
Okay.
So like this is like one of his like first lead on his own stuff.
Oh wow, that's cool. You can kind of feel some of the well, I mean, I don't know if he took some of the art styling or if he was part of the art styling, but you can kind of feel the art styling being a little similar or maybe influential, or you can kind of see his hand in both of them where you can kind of tell.
Yeah. You can kind of tell like just with the craziness of it, with the like kind of like monsters and like kind of some of the fight scenes and stuff.
Kind of, it's a little gritty. There's a little bit of gritty behind all of this. Like even the way the lines are drawn, they're not like super clean, but they're also fine. Yeah. And there's like lots of that reminds me of Chainsaw Man.
And
a
like
too.
Going back to what you talked about last episode about the proportions, like nothing's really too out of proportion as far as like their characteristics.
Yeah.
Like no really like kind of overly done stuff. It's kind of proportional. But so all that to say, he started this and released this on April 6th of 2021. So the manga came out 3 years ago.
Back in the height of insanity. I mean,
back in
what I'm saying? Like people want to talk about how 2020 was crazy. 2021 was just as crazy, but we just were trying to like ignore that it was crazy. We were just like, whatever.
We're trying to forget the craziness of 2020. That's what 2021 was. We're just forcing ourselves to forget.
Yeah, let's just pretend that there aren't killer bees and
let's just pretend none of this stuff ever happened.
Yeah. We got to be a little bit crazy for that. And here he is trying to distract us.
I know. And so this is still currently running, of course, and it is up to 169 chapters, which I've read all of them.
No, yeah, I mean, you could. It seems. I mean, I want to know. Like, I honestly, it hooked me enough to go. Well, I gotta.
Yeah. This is like up on my list right now. Like, this is like way high up on my list.
I mean,
but real quick, cause I was telling my bro Caleb that because we were talking about it, and I told her like, I started reading it, and on Sunday I told him I was all like, I think I was up to chapter 70, and so because usually we go to his like I go hang out with him and his parents, and because that's like my adopted family over here, and so like we're hanging out all day Sunday, and then by the time I left, I had went from chapter like 70 to like chapter 103. And I told him, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm up on chapter 103. He just looked at me, he's like, bro, it's like what? It's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. He's like, I love that. He's like, I love that you could still like time skip. Like you can just like kind of you still are able to like just do these massive jumps of just like boom boom.
Oh my gosh. And I mean, like, how much of the reading covers this first part? Like, so am I reading the first chapter?
Yeah, this is literally the first episode is literally the whole first chapter. And so,
bro, so they could have 160.
Boo, they could have 169 episodes.
Dude, that's wild, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is a lot, though. I mean, like, gosh, they got all of that in one chapter is kind of wild.
Like, yeah, it's crazy. And so, like I said, the anime came out October 4th of so it came out what's the date? It came out like last week or 2 weeks ago. Let's see. Hey, let me pull up my calendar.
Hey, yo.
It came out last
Yeah,
Friday.
like last Friday. Dude, that's crazy.
But
yeah, dude.
But real quick, so there's a special showing that came out before. So they made a kind of compilation film of the first 3 episodes. It's called DanDaDan, The First Encounter, and that got released in certain theaters. So in Asia, it got released August 30th. In Europe, it got released September 7th. And here in the US, it got released September 13th. So you could go on those days wherever you're at and basically watch like the first 3 episodes of this show, which it was playing here where I live. I just got there too late.
Can I find it somewhere? Like, how do I?
Literally, I've been trying to find if there's anywhere to like watch this thing. I haven't found it yet. I'm pretty sure it's out there, but yeah. So it came out as a comp film, which would be like, so this is like going on the promotional thing, because even like, so like I said, the anime is new, but the manga itself, like I said, has been going on, and it's been up there as far as like how well it's doing, because it's won it got second place in the next manga award for best web category in 2021. And then at the it got fourth place, and let me see, at Takarashima's manga demo, it got fourth place. Got fourth place in the Tatsuya Comic Award, and let's see,
it got fourth place. What beats this show? What are you talking about? Like, how is that even? How's that possible?
And but yeah, like
show
ever
me a
since
better
it's been
show.
out there, like it's been up there, and like as far as ranking like top 5, like I think I saw somewhere where it was like gearing up to be like the next big thing. Like since like we've had Jujutsu Kaisen, and then we've had some of these big ones that have been out for a while kind of come to an end, and DanDaDan's like on deck to be like the next big one.
You know, like it's right now it feels like Solo Leveling, Kaiju number 8, DanDaDan, like these all seem kind of upper echelon, kind of taking the baton and kind of like
taking the reign,
you know,
going,
setting us, keeping the standard. It kind of feels that way a little bit. I mean, oh man, what was I going to ask you about this? The show. Oh, is this available like on Viz Manga or?
Yes, like you can go read this on the Shonen Jump Plus app, the Shonen Jump app, which is what I've been reading on. And what's cool about it is so like how some shows they'll simul release on Crunchyroll and dub and stuff like that. The manga simul publishes in English and in Spanish. So when it comes out, like in Shonen Jump in Japan, like it simultaneously comes out for English and Spanish translation.
Man, I wish I kind of knew Spanish so that I could be like watching this in Spanish and going on and saying like, actually, the Spanish dub is actually good. It's the English dub is probably the worst, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like the Spanish is probably like really good, and you're like,
I used to watch Dragon Ball Z in Spanish, and man, that was it was something special.
Oh snap!
But so the studio that animated this was called Science Saru, and they actually they've been the studio that's worked on Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, the animated show. They've done 2 of the Star Wars Visions shorts, I think, and
Ooh, cool.
they worked on Devilman Crybaby. Like they worked on some pretty good shows.
Okay, so they're seasoned. You can tell, dude. Like this is some of the best looking kind of anime I've seen, like of what we've watched.
Yeah.
It is because I feel like I was watching something, and all the fight scenes. Oh, it was what was that show that I made you watch from HBO? And all
Rick
the
and Morty
fight
anime.
scenes. No, the other one. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway,
Ninja Kamui.
The walking and Ninja Kamui. That's right.
Ninja Kamui.
All the between the fight scenes, because the fight scenes looked amazing, but like them just kind of walking around and existing, it just looks like
barely eating animation, barely movement.
Yeah, this feels like it's all animated. Like there's parts in there where they're like, they're actually moving their heads and their mouths are moving, their eyes are like, everything is like, there are very few signs of them just kind of using a still frame. You know what I'm saying? Like there's very few still frames in here, whereas whenever they're on a character is like actually like emoting, or have some sort of motion in it. And so that kind of attention to detail I really appreciate. I know. Yeah. And they make all of the, like, every scene kind of count a little bit. So a lot of attention to detail on that. So you can tell, bro.
You can tell.
You know what I want? Okay, video game, Joanne. Just think about this. I mean,
video game.
If you, like, I want a video. I could. They don't do this anymore, but like co-op games. Remember co-op games? Do they even have those anymore?
I think they
this
do,
as a
but
co-op.
Each person has to have their own version. You got to play. You got to bring your own setup to play it. It's not like how it used to be, where you have like 4 controllers and one system and
on one screen.
TV. Yeah.
Why not, dude? Like, okay, here's the thing. We were playing co-op multiplayer games on a fatback TV, and that TV was probably only 24 to 18 inches square. You know what I'm saying? Like,
square.
And we made it happen. Now we got TVs.
We made it work.
We have TVs that are like 65 inches, 100 inches. You could have 4 TVs. That's technically 4 of your old school fatback TVs.
Oh yeah, you can have like 18 people play on that one screen.
On that one screen, you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we? We have the technology, but the thing is, everybody's like, we're living in a different city, and we want to play video games with, Joe Bango out there, and so
here.
And also you have to buy the game. I gotta buy the game.
Yeah, you gotta
but it's gotta eventually be a game. They're eventually gonna make a video game out of it. I mean, they made a video game out of Solo Leveling, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're
pretty sure this will be.
They out there working on it.
They out there working on it. So I found some stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Going back into earlier where you asked about who the main MC character is. So I found some interviews where they've asked Tatsu, the creator, about his ideas behind it, and I'm quoting some stuff of what I've got from his like interviews and stuff. And so this came out, the whole basic idea and kind of story came out of like he had other stuff that he was trying to publish that kept getting rejected. And so like he make something, take it to like a board meeting, it would get rejected, go again, get shot down, and like just going back and forth until like even his editor was all like, "Hey man, like, you know what, how about this time you try making something that's kind of for you that you would like." And so he took that advice and started working on like something to like make him like uplift him, give him some like life and happiness again. So he started writing the story, and he also
Mm-hmm.
wanted to, because his main thing is he kind of wanted to write like, because this is considered a shonen, and so he always wanted to write like a shonen manga where there was a female main character, like a female lead, and so but those
Mm-hmm.
were kind of the ones that were getting
Okay.
shot down. And so he took the idea of like pairing her up with like a like male co lead, and so that's where Takaru came in. And so it is kind of like a duality. So it's like a duo lead. So you have Momo, who's like will be like kind of the main focus, and then you have Takaru, who's like who's the male lead, but essentially like it's both of them are like the mains. And so that in that interview, that's what he like
Okay.
talked about
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
like when creating a story, creating their characters, who the MC is, and stuff like that. And he also, I think, there, yeah, and like I think the style too, like you were talking about the clothing and stuff. I think he took like some aspirations from like the '80s and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
like '80s kind of fashion, kind of like the oversized clothing and stuff and things. And so a lot of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
stuff he's kind of like, but I think like the main thing
Yeah.
was like dotted on something that he made to kind of be uplifting, and that's why you get like that comedy and that kind of lightheartedness and stuff, because this was something that came out of him and all his other works being rejected so many times in a row. So this was like his, you know what, I'm just gonna make something for me to help lift me up and help lift other people's up, and then it blew up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you really kind of feel it because it feels like somebody kind of swinging for the fences a little bit, kind of like the way
Yeah,
FLCL was. Like you're just
yeah.
like we're just gonna have some fun, and I'm gonna just like
I mean,
do
that was
whatever
yeah, that was the
and
main
make
thing
my
about
own like
FLCO.
make us make
Yeah, because
yeah.
FLCO was like the
They're trying to just
creator
like
putting
make themselves laugh.
yeah, makes themselves laugh. He's putting stuff in that he likes because I like robots. We're gonna put robots in and stuff like that. Because like even like going back to FLCO real quick, like some of their, I think it's the fight scene. They're fighting in the room, kind of like scuffling, and like you're
Hmm.
seeing like
Yeah.
little kind of cutouts of like Gundam and stuff like that. But the director actually put a cutout of his own face in there too. That will pop up from time to time. And so, but it's like it really is
That's
like
funny.
FLCO. It's like Tatsu is like putting stuff in here that he likes to help uplift him to make it more uplifting. Which I saw this thing too. I think it was on Instagram. It was like a little short. But the dude was saying like, I think they were talking about music, and he was like, well, it's like what I really think is like when you make music, like make something that you love and that you like, because other people like
Yeah.
will come to love it. And like if you make something for people, it's a lot harder to make something good for people versus
Yeah.
that if you make something that you like and that you're actually in love and love doing, it'll be more successful than trying to do it for other stuff.
That's what I was just about to say. It's like it's the idea of like creating any kind of art. Like just consider like yeah,
Yeah,
music or like paintings or drawings or any kind of like sculpting or something like that. And you build that thing, make that thing that you love, and then you hope that it connects with other people because they will see the love that you have for it. Because it's like, it's like creating good food and you made it,
yeah.
out of the goodness and the joy of cooking and you enjoy it and you like the taste of it and everybody else is gonna also love it as well. So
Oh,
he definitely has something.
so you better season your chicken,
Definitely
guys.
Joey. You know what? Stop with all the bland, what I'm saying? Like
Put
salt and
some
pepper is
love in
fine,
there,
but
man.
like we could do
Yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like blood, sweat, and tears, son.
yeah.
Put a turbo granny. Put some get you know what? Get turbo granny on there to show you how to Turbo Granny will show you how to put some garlic and onion in your.
Put some garlic onion in there. You know what? Let's put some guac talk in here too while we're at it.
Let's guac talk this thing, man. I mean, I've already gave it away. I already gave it away in the first 3 minutes of this podcast. This thing is doing this show is doing everything for me. Like, unlike any other show that we've watched so far. Like, there are the shows that came out that I actually really, enjoyed. I loved Zom 100. I loved Kaiju number 8. I love Solo Leveling. I loved Me and Roboco. I love all these shows, but this show
Nothing
is,
hit faster
and maybe
than
it's just
DanDaDan
speaking
did.
to. I really I think so. I think so. Like with the beginning credits all the way to the end. By the way, I have one question for you real quick. What in the anime kitty is going on? What in the anime kitty is going on with the end credits? I was like,
that'll come into play later.
Okay, I was like, did not see any of this in the anime. Did I miss a kitten somewhere doing something stuff? But there is like, man, it is really good. Like I could already go ahead and go like, man, from this first episode, we talked about this like not too long ago, like, how the first episode, how we like judge the anime on the first episode and how it may be a little bit unfair. But the first episode has to be good though, so that you can catch you for the rest of it. But I'm like, man, I could go ahead and if the rest of the show is straight up garbage, I'm like, this show though, like everybody needs to watch this show because it is that good. But I don't know if it's too specific, like if it's too shonen, too weird, too explicit.
It's like the first half is like for one group of like friends, like, all right, they'll enjoy it up to this, and then like the second half is like, all right, this other group of friends will like this, because it really is
kind
like
of a little bit.
It seems like two different shows. Like right when everything kicks off, it's like, all right, we're gonna watch this, and you're not thinking how crazy it's gonna get, and then when the actual stuff happens and starts kicking off, you're like, this is a totally different show now.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, I think that's also just another indication or of good writing. It just seems like it's just really written well and it's animated well. I always have I love the interpretations of things, like the way they choose. Like in Kaiju number 8, our main character has this look to him when he's a monster, and I'm not a real big fan of the way he looks as a monster. And that's just decision making. That's that's on the illustrator, and I'm like, that's just my preference. That's just my preference.
Yeah.
And so like here, I'm like, the aliens, the way they look in their hands, that's just so good. Super Granny or Turbo Granny, the way she looks, I'm just like, all these choices that are being made that I'm just like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the fact that they, the creator creates this thing that he loves it, and in turn, we are kindred spirits, and I also love it. What were you gonna say?
No, yeah, because like it really is, like style drawn wise, the way everybody's imagined, like it's so like good. And like the ghosts that come out in this show, the aliens that come out of this show, like dealing with like, because like this has two of my favorite things, ghosts and aliens. So seeing that brought into life in an anime, and like how crazy they could get with it, I'm like, yo, yes. Because usually when it's ghosts, you're like, all right, they're going for like real scary, real creepy. Like nothing's really been like this comedic. Same thing with the aliens. When it's aliens, it's like, oh, let's see how we can like make them crazy or make them human, or it's like nothing like this is really haven't been done. Especially with the whole alien scene when they're in the spaceship. That whole scene.
Yeah, that's cool. I love that. I also there's a part in there where the aliens are they had the moon. It was up in the sky, but come to find out it wasn't a moon. It was actually an a
The moon's actually a
UAP.
base, guys. They're telling us. The moon's
It's
fake.
not real. It's not real. Birds aren't real. The moon's not real. But you know what is real? My
What
love
is
for
real?
this show. My love for this show.
Boom.
I'm gonna have to go like 1 out of 10. Mm, I don't even know, Joe Angel. Like my mind is just the buzz with the show because I watched it like 2 or 3 times. Honestly, I was like leading up to the show, I wanted
Kid.
it to be fresh on my head, and
Yeah.
so 1 out of 10, kicks to an alien's weird, uh, like Chico stick body. You know what a Chico
Chico
stick? Remember the old school,
stick. Yeah. Those good
the
Chico
little,
sticks.
the old school candy with a little white
Oh
and like
yeah.
black or brown stripes on it, and it's got a little peanut butter
Yeah.
in it. That's what he is. That's what that alien is. He's a Chico stick. I'm kicking
Chico
them all in
stick.
half, bro. I'm talking like 10 Chico stick kicks
10
to the
Chico stick
face.
kicks.
I mean, it's so good. So good.
So good, guys. It's so
It's
good that you should watch it. But only if you're 16 and up.
oh,
Maybe
that's
17
right.
and
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe you got to be an old man like me.
Maybe you gotta be old
It's
man said it.
I don't know. I don't
Either
know.
way, it is a good one and a funny one to watch, especially if you're wanting to watch something scary but not too scary that has some thrills and chills. This is going to be a
Hmm.
show that has that stuff. And like we said, it's brand new, but it's also dubbed too as well. So for our dub watchers out there, you can watch this in dub as well. You don't gotta
What
wait.
a bunch of losers.
What a bunch of losers, guys.
Right here, dub only, baby.
Dub only, dub only, sub only. Boom, boom. Put it up. Bam, bam.
Yeah. There, there, there,
All
there.
there. All there. And you know what else is all there? We're all there because we're all for this show and we're all for the anime, guys. And to show us that you're all for anime, go over to our Spotify, go over to iTunes, go over to YouTube, go over to wherever you listen to us on, and give us those 5 stars, give us those likes, leave us over reviews, leave us all the good stuff to help us grow and show this podcast some love, guys. And another way to do that is you can go to our website, anime-me.com, where you can also find the list of our episodes, you can find the links to all our socials, and you can buy yourself a shirt, guys. Bam, right here. Look, we got these shirts, guys. You can buy them just in time before the holidays because the holidays are coming and they're here. I don't know how many
Yep.
holidays there are, but I know the big ones are coming up. But in order to celebrate that, go do that over there.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, there's a lot. So many, so
Yeah,
many,
there's a lot
so many,
going
so
on.
many, and so many anime. There's a lot going on, guys. And with that, I've been Joel with my co-host Sal, and we will see you on the next one. Liz.
Peace.
これはアニメミーでした。これから帰国の旅を始めます。ご清聴ありがとうございました。